You ever wake up and something just feels off? Like your favorite song just sounds different, or coffee hits your tongue like it came from another dimension. You can't quite place it, but something in the world, or maybe just you, is just out of tune. That's not random. That's the sign of a shift. Hey, Cosmic Fam, I'm glad you tuned in. Welcome back. Let me clarify the title a little bit. When you're going through transformations internally, when you make a final change, you feel kind of a click internally or just knowingly. And this is that weird moment before then. It can be a fleeting moment or it can be days. So I just want to clarify what that is like, what it feels like, so you can recognize it when it is happening to you. You see, a shift it's not just a mood swing, and it's not a new idea. It's like when your entire operating system, the code that runs you, I talk about it as like computers here, it rewrites itself. So if you think of it as your nervous system updating its software, but except the code isn't just in your brain, it's in the way you talk, it's in the way you walk, breathe, and react. And spiritually speaking, it's what happens when you've done the work. You've healed old wounds, you've asked the bigger questions, or you've survived something that you thought would break you. And now there's space for the higher version of yourself to come online. Here's where it gets a little nerdy. In quantum mechanics, particles have states. They can hang out in one configuration for a long time until they absorb enough energy to make a leap. An electron, for example, doesn't crawl up to the next energy level. It jumps instantly. One moment it's here, the next it's there. No in between. And that's what's happening inside of you during a shift. When your mental, emotional, and spiritual energy build to a certain point, the old you becomes unstable in that state. The consciousness has to jump to a new orbit or a new baseline frequency. Old patterns, old habits, and even certain people will feel incompatible because they were coded for the version of you that just dissolved. Some of the change is gradual, a slow burn that integrates bit by bit. Other times it's instant lightning strike insight, heartbreak, or a moment that rearranges you forever. See, for me, it happened shortly or some months after I kind of woke up from that effed up time in my life that I went into more detail about in the last episode, De-Demonizing the Demons. I like that one, and let me apologize for the sound quality on it. I did everything to not sound muffled. It's just the noise reducer app did that to me when I was trying to block out 5,000 cicadas and however many neighbors decide to mow their lawn at the same time when it's 100 degrees. Anyways, I couldn't fight that, and I'm sorry. So I want to redo that one episode, but I went outside, I looked at the barren tree, just normal glancing up, and I saw these fractals. I thought that was pretty cool, but it was more than just seeing cool patterns. It was like I was seeing the blueprints of everything. Like when you notice like a grain in a piece of wood or a neat thread pattern in a fabric that's always been there, you just weren't seeing it. And that wow moment was just encoded in geometry. And then shifts came. The old barnacles, old triggers that used to hook me. Notifications on my phone were a big one. That would just make me jump. Certain behaviors would make me, I guess, freeze a bit. Kind of like when you were bracing yourself when you're drinking something cold when you have a sore tooth, but then nothing, like the tooth just healed without you noticing. And that was kind of my aha moment. This pain doesn't know me anymore. And my body joined in too. I used to force posture. I was always kind of like this, but I used to force posture, and it was like breaking in a pair of stiff leather boots. Obvious, clunky, and awkward, but leather softens eventually, and it molds to you. Suddenly, you're not thinking about walking anymore, you're just moving naturally. My fake it till you make it confidence finally became my default stride. And that was my solid click. And then also my voice changed, and the way I speak changed. Although sometimes I kind of jump back when I get excited. But I used to just rush out my words like I was an over-caffeinated chipmunk. I think those are actually the words that my drama teacher in high school used. But I was always just speaking fast out of fear of losing the listener's attention. I think that actually had a lot to do with basically my whole life before this. Grew up in a family that was very matriarchal, all the women screaming at the same time, and then relationships where you're just not allowed to talk. So that's how that all builds up. But now, my sentences have space and they breathe. It's like upgrading from a dial-up internet to high-speed fiber. The messages just download clear. And if I lose a listener's attention, that's on them. My messages carry weight now, and I don't have to scramble to prove it. So every one of these shifts have their own flavor. Like, aha, whoa, or solid. None of them are like huge sparks or fireworks. If that's what you're expecting, it's not what you're likely going to get. It didn't feel like I was climbing some mountain to get there either. I just suddenly realized that the mountain was under my feet and the air was easier to breathe. So that's the click. The moment when the new self or the new state locks in. And it can be subtle, just like a there. Or it can be like a boom. You're one person, boom, you're not. But all those things, put this into yourself. Don't let these shifts or clicks scare you into thinking that I'm not going to be me anymore. You will. You'll just be better, lighter, freer, all that good stuff, Before the click, there is often this limbo phase. Jack be limbo, Jack be quick, Jack go under limbo stick. That's not the kind of limbo I'm talking about. Ha! You're just not resonating with your old self anymore. But the new self hasn't fully stabilized or rendered, I guess. So dreams get weird, and time feels like it either stretches or compresses. And synchronicities pile up like breadcrumbs. It's not a glitch though. It's like a loading screen. And once the click happens, there's no going back. You may miss some of the old comforts, sure, but you just can't be the old version of yourself anymore. You've jumped orbits. You've shifted timelines. So if you're feeling that pressure like you are just stuck in a limbo, remember this. Don't grip the old railing. Trust the leap, not the loop. Because every click is reality itself, reorganizing around the you that is ready to emerge. And the clicks aren't just personal glow-ups, they're initiations. Each one is a recalibration of your nervous system, your energy, and your perception. So when you stop being triggered, it's not just about inner peace. It's that you've rewired your responses to the world. And when your stride shifts and your speech slows down, that's not cosmetic. That's a signal in the body itself catching up to the new frequency that you are running on. You become the messages before you open your mouth, essentially. The fractals, the synchronicities, the whoa moments, those are reality's breadcrumbs. Proof that the outer world is reorganizing itself to your inner shifts. And this is why the clicks matter. They're not just random milestones. They're checkpoints to show you that you've crossed into new terrain. And the reason that you can't go back is just because you shouldn't, but you shouldn't. The old operating system just literally can't run anymore. The bridge is burning itself as you're walking across. You're not just closing the door on your past self. Every click is you slamming the door on who they told you to be, and poses as a warning to the system, to the lies, to everything and everyone that thought it owned you. And every click is proof that they never did. Cosmic Fam, thank you for hearing me out. Thank you to the new subscribers. Thank you to the new commenters, to the old commenters, the old subscribers. I'm happy to see all of you here. I would love to hear some stories, more interactions. I like you people. Anyways, even if you disagree, you're still fun. So, yeah, okay, that was like, oh my God, there's a big mosquito, and I swear Australia's attacking. I gotta get out of here. It's getting dangerous. Stay weird. See you next time.